Okay, so we're ready to move on with the build. This video is going to be on the build for issue number 135. If you're wondering what came with all of these, I did a complete unboxing of the last shipment. So if you want to see what comes with it, I'm not going to go into it in this video. This is going to be the build. So we're up to 135, and the first thing we need to do, you can see we got the parts list, we got the rudder, we have some more of those little hooks, the little eye hooks that we need for the rigging, and you can see the section that's going to go around the bottom of the ship, the turbine propeller. So below that you can see we got to do the propeller. Now the problem that I'm having is that the ship, she's getting so big, obviously she won't fit on my desk. So I've been doing a lot of work on a table that I set up in my my room. But the problem is that the lighting isn't all that great. So I think what I'm going to do is, with this, we'll go over this and I'm going to put a video up on what I had done with mine. So we got to take the rudder, and that's 135A, and the hinge 135B. We also have a hinge pin that's 135J. Check the fit of the hinge of the stern at the end of the hull. Glue the place of the points circled in blue. So this doesn't click into place. So with the ship upside down, I had mine upside down because it's just easier to do it that way. So I had glued this in place, and you can see where the rudder is going to latch on after that's dry. Fit the rudder into the loops. Interlock with the loops on the hinge at the rear of the stern. Fix in place with pin 135J, inserting the smooth end first from the lower end of the rudder. Now it's going to be important because when you push the pin through, now the pin isn't really long. It only goes up 3 hinges. I thought it might have gone up all the way, but it doesn't do that. So it only goes up to about 3 or 4 of the little hinges. But the smooth part has to go in first because the rough part is actually what's going to hold it from falling out. So again, in the next step, at the table, what we got to do is, you can see how the base, we got the batteries that are in there. To power the model, you need 6 AA batteries which fit into the central box on the stand. Ensure the switch at the back of the stand is set to off. Clean the contacts 101C. You remember those are coming out of the base. And also, we have those pieces that these are going to go into the bottom of the ship. Note, as an alternative to batteries, you can use the USB-C cable supplied. So we got the batteries in right now, so we'll probably test it with the batteries, but you can see how we're going to rest the hull on it. And again, what I did was I put the ship upside down, and then I fed the base into the little holes, and then I turned the whole ship around instead of just lumping it or dropping it onto the base. So we have the batteries in, and we actually put her on the base for the first time. So next, you can see we take the cable cover 135F and position in the forecastle deck as shown below. Carefully turn the deck over and fix it into place with CP screws. Now that's this section right over here that we're going to do. So we can do that at the desk still. You remember we have the forward well deck, and we have the forecastle deck. And that piece they're talking of is going to go right over here. So the piece that they're referring to is right here, and I'm going to fit it into place real quick and see how it fits. So it's going to go just like that, and that's going to be held in place, what did I just say, the CP screw. And you can see the CP screw. Interestingly, how they have us screw it in instead of just gluing it into position, because it's really not a big piece. There. Okay, Now, we have some other pieces. I guess we're going to put that on in a minute. So when it comes to the next step, you can see what they want us to do. So they want us to put the forecastle deck in, and then we got to put the cord, and that's going to go into the slot P on the circuit board. And then we have to put the remote control on. You can see we had done this already a while ago. So we fit the CR2032 battery into the remote control and turn it on. Check the small LED and make sure it's on. Turn the power on the back of the stand, moving it to battery. So we're going to put it on battery. Press the lights button, the remote control, and check that the LED board under the forecastle deck lights up. Also try the sounds. If they don't work, try repositioning the hull on the connectors. Turn off the power after testing. So we have to affix the forecastle deck, and we're going to use, let's see, what are those GM screws? I think what we're going to do before we do that, you can also see we have to put in more of those little dead eyes for the rigging. So I think I'm going to do that at the desk before we put it onto the hull. Yeah. And then we ultimately have to do the same thing for the stern, but since we got the forecastle here, I think we're going to do that. Okay, so what do we got to do first? So we're going to hold off on putting the screws in until after this goes to the hull. So next up, you can see 135C and 135K. It looks like a vent. So these are going to go in on the side of the anchor chain. Let's see. Looks like that would be over there. Just a little drop. And this is going to go on. And we're going to angle it just like that. So we're going to do the same thing for the other side. There we are. Okay. It looks like, what's next? It looks like we have that the vent. Put a little bit of glue. Yeah, that looks like a vent pipe. All right, what's next? That looks good. So we have this, but I think this is going on the stern. Okay. So next up, mark the position for the screw eye in the center of the forecastle deck, following the measurements shown. So you can see it's going to go right in between. It's going to line up with the anchor chains. And let's see, I had just seen, oh, here they are. These are really, really tiny. All right, so let's get the screw, the pin vise. There we are. Hopefully you can see the opening. And what we got to do now is we're going to take one of these little tiny little pieces, or dead eyes, and of course this is going to be for the rigging. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead, we're going to glue it, little drop of glue. Yeah, hopefully you can see that in there. All right, so that's one down. I think we need to put some in the well deck, or the deck well. So right in these corners, we got to put more. So we're going to do the same thing now. We're going to go ahead, we're going to drill it out. And we're going to drop 4 more in there. Here we are. So I'm going to do the same thing. We're going to put some glue. A little drop. So I know these are tiny, so hopefully you can see them. And again, I'm gluing mine because they have this little tool that they had given to screw them in, but I'm going to glue them just to make sure that they don't go anywhere. There we are. Again, hopefully you can see those. All right, that looks good. So we needed to put in 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 so far. We got those in. All right, so those 5 are in, and now what we got to do is we're going to go ahead and we're going to put the bow section into the hull. All right, so we got the lights on at the front. And we got the lights on at the back. I don't know why it's flickering. I think it's because of the cameras, the shutter speed, but the lights work and the horn works. So what we're gonna do now is I'm gonna bolt down or screw down the forecastle deck. Okay, so we got the testing done. We've got the 3 pieces now into the circuit board. That would be for the stern, the forecastle deck, as well as the engines. But we got the whistle, we got the SOS, the CQD, and we have the rotating propellers. We also put in the AM screws when we affixed the stern. In addition to that, we also put on the all the bits onto the back, and that's going to cover all the screw holes. And we got the flagpole that's on, and we also had to drill one more in the back, and that's where the benches are at the aft end between the two what are they, I think these are storage houses, yeah, the storage boxes, and we had glued that into place. So that's looking pretty good. So it looks like the last thing we got to do is we have to put two more. This looks like at the aft well deck, or the deck well. So we got two more of those hook and eye things for the rigging. And let's see, we've got this section. This is the big midsection. I think that's the forward grand staircase. And you can see we have to put a bunch of them. Let's see, there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 16 that we have to put on. So I'm gonna gently open up the hole just a little bit, just a tad, so we can glue those into place. All right. So I think what I'm going to do is we're going to put a drop of glue in each one. All right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, so let me show you the one that's just behind the starboard, the lookout from the bridge wing. You can see the one that's on the building, the one that's on the wheelhouse. You can see the ones that are going down, and we got it right about till there. So now we're going to do the same thing for the other side. I'm going to go ahead and we're going to start to drill. Same thing now, we're going to put some glue. And there it is. Okay, that one was hiding. So okay, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. So we got them all in. Let me put her down over here for a moment. And that is the completed work. And this is for issue number 135. So my friends, we're going to be moving on to 136 soon. And we're getting close. We're getting really close. I think we're going to be doing the guy lines. But we'll see. We'll see what we do next in 136. So my friends, I thank you for watching, and until the next video, I'll talk to you guys soon.